Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have a conversation with you. You see how it's worked at THORNEWS. You guys literally pay for me to do what I do. So at the end of every month, I'm usually pretty broke. And so I have to ask from like the 31st to the 3rd, if you can please send me contributions and donations. And then a lot of people are like, get a job, you bum. Get a job. And I'm like, okay, dude, look at this. I did 57 videos in January. I literally haven't left my house to go do anything fun. Although I did leave to go see Mike Brown in Texas A&M. But the traffic was so bad, it took me 3 hours to get 30 miles. So I turned around and went home. And so I literally have done nothing but work since the beginning of January. And it's been one hell of a month, man. Can't even believe it's the end. Like, we started off with that nor'easter that hit the upper northeast coast and froze parts of Maine, Boston, Connecticut. Did a lot of damage. Trying to point out that I pointed out in July that the sun was freaking out, so we were going to see a horrible hurricane season. And then because the sun freaked out so bad, it's now gone into a super solar minimum. So we're getting a lot of cold and magnetic loosey-goosey. And then, it's just been storm after storm after storm. And I'm not blowing my own horn here, but when we got to the California, when I got off the bomb cyclone, I gave a 3 to 4 day warning to California. And when people were saying over here that they're only going to get like 2 inches of rain max, I was saying, no, you guys can get up to a foot. It's going to be extremely horrible and bad. And it was. So I called this as accurately or more accurately than anyone on the planet. And that includes all professional meteorologists who have a nice car, live in an apartment bigger than efficiency, have a healthcare plan, and can go and get dental work done. I don't even have the tags on my car. They're 4 months out. So it's another reason why I don't go out so much is because I can't afford to get my tags done. So like, I've sacrificed almost everything. And I'm cool with that. It's been part of the deal. But I'm saying that, so I've been calling these storms super accurately. The night of the 7.6 or 8 earthquake that hit in Alaska, I was awake when it happened because I couldn't sleep. And then we thought a tsunami was possible for the entire Pacific coast. Canada was under warnings. California, Washington, Oregon were under watches. And so I pretty much tried to live video or just put out videos updating people until it was finally no longer a threat. And at the same time, tsunami.org from NOAA was down. So the government you pay taxes to wasn't working. And I worked like the second it happened to the second, like the danger passed. And so the last storm we had over the last weekend from the northeast, it dropped a lot more snow than they thought. So it dropped like 12 inches in Galveston, and then it went across the coast and then dropped a whole lot more snow than I thought. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I was still called to the upside, and I ended up being one of the most corrector on it. And so, and right before the 8.2 earthquake, I said this giant coronal hole, which stretches the entire diameter of the sun, radius or whatever, that could cause some major earthquakes. And then we had an 8.2. So it's like, dude, I keep hitting them out of the park. And I'm totally broke all the time, which is fine. Like I said, it's, as long as we keep doing this, I'll keep doing this. But I'm saying the people that get a job, dude, I don't even know. Literally, I would say I work probably 50 to 60 hours a week, if not more, on this stuff. My edited videos are some of the finest videos in all YouTube. And I literally exist off the kindness of others. And so I've been on a roll since Matthew, called the hurricane season, about as well as anybody can. And so it's like, the people are like, get a job. It's like, dude, this is a job. If you think when I take all the horrible weather footage and then cut it down into a funny fashion or an amusing fashion when it's really doomy and kind of scary. You know, if you think that's easy, usually when I do those videos, it takes me like 2 days to recuperate. Because I cut out all the super bad stuff. So I'm just saying, like, hey, man, trying to work up, figure out how to tell you guys, because, you know, I follow a lot of meteorologists on Twitter, and I talk to some of them privately, and we got a real heavy active storm pattern coming from like now, technically around the 4th to the 5th through the 20th, and then it's a asterisk. We don't know yet. It's far out. But the change I've seen in sea level pressure lately have me like, wow, we should enjoy life while we're here. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I'd like to go out tonight, but I'm totally broke. I'm barely going to make a rent. And I'm glad I'm making rent, and thank you so much, Joanne, and all the people who have really, really helped throughout all of this. You guys have been amazing. And I do love making videos and trying to figure out all these puzzles while working out a solar system truce, keeping civilization from collapsing. But at times, you know, like, I don't know, I'd like to go to the dentist. I'd like to see my doctor again. I'd like to get my tags done. And so people are like, you should get a job. Dude, I literally have worked as hard as anybody I know, and have given as much of me and everything in my life to this, to try and get people to come together, recognize the earth changes that are happening, put aside their petty differences, and adapt to this together. In literally the face of a divide and conquer media. Like, you know, the conservatives will, like, oh, now we're being so censored. Bro, I have been the most censored dude on YouTube pretty much since my 10th video. And since then, they have had me on lockdown. Views, subscribers, it doesn't matter. That's why I don't do this for the money. There's no fame in it. Everybody I know in real life is like, oh, he doesn't have a real job. He works for YouTube. He's a conspiracy theorist. But I mean, you know, these are the same people who didn't believe me that a hurricane was coming for Houston. Same people that don't believe me that Houston will probably get hit by 1 or 2 hurricanes next year. So, you know, I'm just saying, you know, every time we're going to be in that duration from the 31st to the 3rd, where I'm saying, hey, I got some bills to pay. I'm about to work my ass off for a minimum of 2 weeks straight. And I really appreciate your help. And if you can donate or contribute, that's great. You know, I'm just going to keep doing what I do and try and loving it as much as possible. And that's why, like, another thing, like, do not make any money and barely scrape by the whole time. Like, dude, I don't have time for people's negativity. If you think the world sucks, that's fine. I don't want to hear about it. If you think God's going to kill us all in a week, fine. I don't want to hear about it. THORNEWS and Asteroid Fight Club is about adapting to the changes and rising to the challenge. It's not about feeling good because we knew the world was going to end 3 weeks before everybody else did. You know? So that's why we're here to save the day. I know there are good people, and that if we put it together in this evil power that is almost like magic and capitalism tied into one, that has had lockdown control on everything, that power ever lifts, you know, we can create and build and have a wonderful future. But man, each day, the data I'm providing to you, it feels more dangerous to me to even be telling you. You know? You don't have to believe that or not. I'm just saying. It's what I know to be true. So, yeah, this is my video. People are like, get a job, dude. Like, literally. If there's one thing I get to do, I get to sleep well at night. And I get to feel like a superhero every day. Because, yeah, you know, 3% of the time I feel like an asshole and I'm jerky. I'm not perfect. But I do give my all, and I have a giant heart, and I'm trying to save everybody and everything. So that's not very prosperous or profitable these days. You gotta hate somebody, or, you know, blame an entire race or religion or creed or political party to really make money. And I, you know, like I said, I didn't get the rich. I'm just hoping to pay my bills, see my doctor. And it would be nice to go out tonight or tomorrow night on Thor's night. I literally haven't gone out in a month. And weather data I'm looking at's bad. So, you know, it's going to be a busy, active 2-3 weeks. So, there you go. This is my hey. It's that time of the month, kids. I love you guys. I appreciate it. And I want to say everyone who's supported me, God, I love you and thank you so much. And especially my P.O. box. Like, I'll probably go tomorrow. Every time I go, y'all put a big smile on my face. And I feel loved and I appreciate you so much. And I know a lot of people out there are in the same spot I can and that would love to donate, but can't. And I appreciate that. So I'm only saying the people who, you know, if you're out there and you're like, you know what? I'm looking at my stocks or whatever and they're doing great. Well, buddy, you know, like, I don't know, helping me out a little today is probably going to be more important than what your investments are looking at 10 years from now. Because in my mind, until things settle down, we're on a 2-year timeline. You know, like things are so crazy. If we don't change and get in the right direction, I can't see this whole brick shit house making it past 2 years, man. Like, there's so many factors and so many things. It's like, I wish we could sit down and talk about it all and everything. I have to worry. Remember, I get threats all the time. I get people telling me, you don't know, man. I talk to a lot of sectors, a lot of people. And at times it feels like a giant schism and that all the people who know exactly what they feel like they know what they're doing or what's going on, everybody's kind of nervous. And the people who aren't nervous have no idea about all the variables involved. But I love Jesus Christ. He is my King. And God is the greatest. So at the end of the day, God created me and horses and clouds and the eclipse and the moon and the sun and y'all. Then I have faith in God. So that's all. Peace out. I'm now doing weather video. Cool. Talk to y'all soon.